Today's news, SNL Korea and Bomi under fire for blackface during Dooley skit.
Steph is starting out the month of July super strong by streaming a painting session or some live interactive session on twitch.tv/HallyuBack every night this week. Is that correct?
Maybe not every night, it might be during the day, but we are coming at you live every day on Twitch.
Click up right there. Tap it or link in the top of the description box. Bomi from the K-pop group A-Pink is under fire for wearing blackface on Korean national television. I'd like to start off today's video by reaching out to all of you, the viewing audience. Comments, please. It isn't just important what we think about this. I'd like to know, or we'd like to know, or everyone watching likes to read through the comments, so hit the comments right away. What's your reaction to blackface in Korea? Also, before we give our opinions in reaction to this, I'd like to read a comment from the article. Okay, that is not blackface. That is imitating a cartoon character that happens to be black when there are no black actors or comedians to play the part. Blackface is when anyone parodies black folk with the intent to disparage or insult. This ain't that. What are you saying about this?
I think that it's not funny. I think it's not acceptable. I don't know why anybody would be doing it in Korea. This actually makes me angry to film this because I'm tired of covering this topic. Why does this keep coming back into the world of Korean entertainment? And I'm sorry, but that is a really poor excuse. Because you know what? They had Dreamgirls in Korea. They had the black cast. Like, they got 3 black women to play the roles instead of doing blackface. It's just unacceptable.
What you're saying is it's possible to actually have black people play parts if they have black characters they want to fill on television versus painting somebody to play a character or to just represent a black person, a Korean person doing that.
Yeah, but even regardless, even if they didn't have the blackface on, this was not an interesting, funny segment. I'm sorry. I know some people like Dooley, but unless you're like a kid, because it's a kid's cartoon on adult television, to have real people reenact cartoon characters, I just don't find it that interesting or funny at all. The only reason that they had them was they wanted to put all the members of A-Pink and have them play the roles. I'm sorry, there's just so many angles of this that make me really frustrated and angry, and I don't know if I can express it properly.
To the defense of the TV channel, and I don't defend the skit, but just to make some sense of this, Korean TV would have poorer ratings if they were to get black people to go on and play that skit versus A-Pink. People will tune in for A-Pink whatever the skit is. So I'm just thinking in terms of money. See, like, living in the United States at this point, it's all about the money and forget about everything else. So Korea's kind of the same way. If they were to do things properly versus doing it this way, which this has offended some people, but if they were to do it in a way that most likely wouldn't offend a large group of people, they would have lower ratings, which means they would make less money with advertising. This is on their minds too. But if they can get A-Pink in there...
Still not acceptable.
No, it's not. But isn't there also a difference between Bomi playing a character versus what happened in April recently where there was just somebody who was painted black and they were on TV doing something, I don't know what it was?
Yeah, that was Hong Hyun-hee, and it was a comedian who was on the show Laughing Legend Match. And yes, that was extremely awful because she misappropriated multiple cultures, including Polynesian and Native American, and it was just, that was absolutely disgusting. She dressed up, she put like an onion, she taped an onion to her head, and then she was wearing a tribal headdress, and she was wearing ballet and animal print and had a cabbage skirt. Like, there were so many things about that that were just disgusting. But I'm sorry, I don't find this any better, really.
Even though some people do.
Even though some people do, because the character itself is kind of making fun of that culture. I mean, The character's name is Michael in the comic, in the cartoon. He wants to be a singer and is obsessed with Michael Jackson. So they painted her face up dark. They gave her big giant lips that were larger than her face, like larger than her face, larger than her mouth. And all she did was stand there with a guitar, dance around and stick her tongue out. And like the whole thing to me was just really in poor taste.
And also it signifies how dumbed down the audience is, because this is what the TV producers have decided is the very, very best thing that they can put into that time slot. Like out of all the possible ideas and options that the writers could come up with, they come up with, okay, you're gonna wear a costume and we're gonna paint you dark and you're gonna wear pink and you guys are gonna dance around, it's gonna be really funny, it's gonna emulate a cartoon. Like, we have gotten to the point where this is entertainment.
It's distasteful. It wasn't even just the blackface that to me was really upsetting, or the Michael character, because that was just part of it, though they kind of centered the whole entire special around the Michael character. Why are people dressing up as Dooley and like painting? I mean, it's dinosaur appropriation. There was white cultural appropriation. Did you see the white character that had the wig on and the big bright red nose? The whole thing was just, why would they even do this?
If you are legitimately offended by this, or if you have anything at all, reaction, comments.
Who were they targeting? That's what I just thought of, that I want to know. Were they targeting kids who like to watch the cartoon? In which case, what are they actually teaching those kids about cultural sensitivity?
Television is not about teaching and education. It is about entertainment only. This is why I tell people to get off watching TV, because it's not about learning it. You think even when you're watching National Geographic, they're cutting the commercial every 4 or 5 minutes. I can't even believe people stand for that shit.
I disagree with you, because I am all about promoting people watching Korean television. Korean dramas specifically.
Right, but you said, what are they trying to teach young kids if they're targeting them? And my reaction is, TV doesn't teach you shit. But no, TV's for entertainment. So like, yeah, if you like Korean dramas, I'm not saying don't watch those, but I'm saying don't turn the TV on if education is your goal, because you're gonna be disappointed. Click the like button, you guys. Comments down below. Thank you for supporting us. Click the bell for notifications. Check out the link to Kgal, and don't forget to subscribe for more Hallyu Back news. That's it. We're out of here. Hasta luego.
Bye.